heart, nurses are the heartbeat and the backbone of our healthcare system. Without nurses, for sure, corrupts. They are not only caregivers, but professional committed to education, they bring comfort to our the most difficult moment and strength when we are very weak. This week is more than just a celebration. It's a reminder of dedication, compassion, and resilience that nurses demonstrate every day. The long shifts, the emotional toll, the sacrifice made by the respect for nurses. To all the nurses here, and around also the world, patient and even to our people. Your Excellency, most of the nurses here and the care of their patients, and most of the time they have to be on night duty. Remember, covering themselves, but the nurse is taking care of others. Who are our husbands, because they have to. County government really appreciate you, and that's why they have given us even this field. There is a lot which could be happening here. Are here and helping us even to come near you. You know, it's not always that we are near you. For this day, the things that we have ensured that they have happened. One, with the help of the county government, you have serving. It may not be 100%, but every minute you are strengthening our administrators and even as directors, and working together with the CHMT, we have more nurses, and for sure we are grateful for what you have continued to do to us. We are also grateful today, ensuring that we don't miss non-funds, which make us work better. The non-funds and also the equipment. We have been in this field receiving equipment. There are things that help us work better, and we are saying we may not be 100% grateful that every day you have made our work easy. In terms of ensuring the safety of our nurses, we have continued ensuring that we have safe protocols, we have SOPs, and we have provided long hours. We want also to thank you as a college because of the support that you have given us in ensuring that our nurses are progressing both professionally and ensuring that they got the qualification that they need. We have prioritized and invested in high quality nursing education by releasing nurses to go to school. We also ensure nurses have continued professional development that equip nurses to have better skills required to meeting the evolving healthcare demands. Nurses have been empowered to work to their full scope of practice by ensuring that we have policies and regulation to enable advanced practitioners' laws. This is where a nurse has been skilled to be like an ICU nurse. We have ICU nurses, we have neonatal nurses, we have so many high diplomas and even master levels. We are ensuring that nurses are working in the right place. So we implore the county through the Public Service Board to implement the newly approved. I think my deputy Moega has talked about the newly approved career guidelines. We want our nurses to continue progressing more and more, and more. So I also want to request your Excellence, these nurses are working. We have introduced a two-shift work shift where the nurses work for only two shifts. They come in the morning and they leave in the evening. Then the other duty is those who enter in the evening at 6:30 and they leave at 8. So that is a 12 and 14 hours shift, whereby we want to ensure we are not stealing any of your hours. Within 3 days, we are able to do 40 hours. So these nurses will have 4 good days. What are we advocating? Let's allow nurses who want to develop at their own time. We cannot be able to release all these nurses to go to school. But within the 4 days when they are free, they can do one extra course. So if we wait to release all these nurses, we will not get that time. But if we release them during their time, then Daktari, I think we will have a plus. And that's why we are saying we empower the nurses so that you can have a good economy. So our request is, when they bring these papers, after they have gone on their own time, because they created their own time, let us accept their papers. These nurses have promised they are not going to steal your hours again. We are doing 40 hours and strictly to that. And anyone doing less than that, they know we are very hard on them. Our request to you, first I want to say our achievement. One, we are very grateful. We don't miss resources. Thank you for the non-farm. We have always covered 24 hours. When others are going even for Christmas, these nurses are in the hospital waiting for those who are prepared so that they can come and they are treated. So we have ensured a 24 hours coverage in all our hospitals. All the patients have always been attended because the nurse, as I told you, is there waiting for them. I want to congratulate and to thank you for the infrastructure. I went to Nyadona sometimes back, and that facility was in bad state. Last week, I went to Nyadona, and it's a beautiful, beautiful facility. So I want to thank you because you have improved the infrastructure. You have built fences, walls that our nurses are well protected. We are grateful for that. Remember, we are there even at midnight. And sometimes back, late last year, Loyo, you could enter from anywhere. And the maternity is just next. So our nurses had no security. But you have ensured security for our facilities and thus ensuring the security for our nurses. Thank you, Your Excellence, for adding us 83 nurses. First, you gave us 77 nurses, and within no time, I was called to deploy another 6 nurses by the Public Service Board. We are grateful for that. However, out of 83 nurses, 5 were already in our system. We have had nurses who are cashiers, who have worked in our facility for more than 4 years. And so when they get this opportunity, of course, they will be first to run for it, and 5 have been lucky to get the opportunity. I'll be requesting if we can absorb all the 53 who are remaining as cashiers, so that when you are employing, you employ fresh ones, so that the ones already in the system, they have experience. When we lose them, we lose experience, and we lose good nurses. Kindly consider absorbing those nurses. For sure, ni vile pengine huwezi sema, lakini complaints have reduced. For sure, there are a lot of complaints. Anytime you open the social media, ni hospitali hii, ni hospitali hii. And I know that is some of the things that put you off. But for sure, due to dedication of these nurses, we have reduced complaint from the social media. Of course, there are those people who will never be satisfied. Hata ukiwabeba na dege, bado they will still complain. But these nurses have promised, one, let's leave our attitude at home. Sometimes we come when we have issues from our family, and when you come to me, you may think I am annoyed because of you. And sometimes you talk to somebody will talk to the nurse, and maybe they are found to be rude. It is not our character, and we have promised we are going to improve on the way we handle our client and on our attitude, and especially when the staffing is improved. Of course, sometimes you may be slightly, you may tell a client, just wait, because you have an emergency here, you are attending to resuscitation, you are attending to this, and somebody want to be attended to, and when you tell them to wait, sometimes they think nurses are rude, and for the longest time possible, we have always been considered to be rude, but for sure we are not rude. For the last just one quarter, that is from January, March to March, I can assure you we have delivered 8450 deliveries. Yes. And these are not the cesarean section, which are done by doctors. Yes. These are the spontaneous Vertex delivery. Yes. Those which have been normal deliveries. And remember again, these deliveries, all these, even the CS, the nurses have to prepare before they go to CS. And even in theaters, again, we have our nurses there. For that quarter of 3 months, we have seen child welfare clinic. These are the welfare babies, 100,403, 279. And these are pure nurses. Each baby receives more than 4 injections before they leave the facility. So you can imagine. We have seen mothers who are pregnant, over 54,523. Again, antenatal mothers are purely the hands of midwife and the hands of nurses. Then we have also given family planning to mothers, 57,791. That is only a workload of 3 months. You can imagine what these nurses are doing. And we are not forgetting, I've not captured the data, I've not brought the data of patient, because every patient must pass through outpatient. I've not captured all the inpatient in our hospitals, the accident and emergency, special clinic. Our doctors also work with the nurses in the special clinic, theaters and ICU. All these is areas where our nurses take care of our patients. So the workload is quite high, and for sure, if we empower these nurses, then we are sure to be told that the health facilities are doing quite well. Your Excellency, we humbly request, just as I had said, we have 53 remaining nurses who are cashier nurses. We humbly request that they may be absorbed, either to contract and later to PNP, so that they can enjoy the allowances that we get. Because these nurses get us They are paid, of course, they are cashier, so they are paid on cashier basis. They are paid a salary of 1,000 per day. So at the end of it, they are going home with only that 1,000. Yet they are doing the same work that every other nurse is doing. The second request, Your Excellency, is additional. I know you have done a lot. You already gave us the 84 nurses, but for sure, Kiambu is big. We have a total, currently we have a total of 1,204 nurses. That is the number we have currently. And for us to work optimally, we need 2,500 nurses. So our request is that a continuous replacement of nurses, especially those who are retiring. Today we'll be honoring some who have retired. We couldn't bring all the nurses who have retired from last year because there are many. But we have said, let us focus on those who retired from January to now. Already we have 8 who have retired between that time. And if we captured June, we could have had more. So we are requesting for continuous replacement of nurses. We also have quite a number of nurses going abroad. To me, I tell them, let them go. Let them go for greener pastures. I came here because there was greener pastures and I left in Nairobi. So anyone getting greener pastures, of course, we allow them. But for sure, Your Excellency, if you empower these nurses and you make their working condition better, none would like to live in a foreign land. None would like. Ama munataka kwenda sana? Munaenda kwa nini? So if only the conditions of these nurses are really improved, they can be here. Of course, you have added quite a number of equipment, but we still cannot have enough. So we are still requesting, especially for the basic, that is blood pressure, the blood pressure, the thermometers, the beds. We want to have our mothers delivering where they are laboring. Mothers delivering in the position they like. I don't like being lewd, but remember, when a mother is becoming pregnant, you can get pregnant in any position. And the same in delivery. The same in delivery, you are supposed to deliver in any position. But you only provide one bed where the mother arrives at. So if you give us bathing stools, adjustable beds, then our mothers will be able to deliver where they want, where they are laboring, and in the position that they want. It has so many advantages because it reduces even the labor. It reduces labor, it's shortened, and even that satisfaction. Usijui kama ushaisikia mama akisema mimi sitazaa tena. Anasemanga hivyo sababu amelala uchungu ikaendelea. Frat. Lakini akipewa kuzaa mtoto anatoka tu. And that's why most of our mothers, they delivered very well. But siku hizi ni kulala frat. Ndio nini? Ndio, because the beds are not adjustable. There are no stools, there are no option. So we can make our maternity better with your help, and I know you are committed to that. I kindly request, we have a very nice maternity in Kegumo, and my nurses have requested us, you give, if you can quicken the opening of Kegumo maternity, which has theater. I was there yesterday. Yesterday we were in a camp in Kevisho where we screened 200 women of Kiambu for cancers of the cervix and of the breast. And we visited Kegumo. And the nurse had seen 7 mothers who were in labor, but all of them were cesarean section. So they could not be admitted in Kegumo, and they had to go to other facilities. Why? Because we don't have a theater, and theater is complete and beautiful. However, it just have a few things which need to be done. Once it is open, we are ready to work. We are also requesting for a neonatal ICU. Why do I say neonatal ICU? Most of the time, when a baby needs intensive care unit, they are taken to Kenyatta. Because for Kiambu County, we have none. We have the neonatal unit, but we don't have an ICU. And kindly, Your Excellency, we request for one. And I know with our able chief, we are able to achieve. We have so many nurses who have done intensive care units on babies, and they are ready to work in the unit. We are also requesting for a Lino unit. We only have Lino unit which is active in Gatundu. We need a Lino unit like yesterday in Kiambu, because Kiambu has high workload and it's also near. You can imagine going all the way to Gatundu for our clients. So if we have a Lino unit in Kiambu, I have so many Lino nurses who are wishing to practice, but they cannot practice because the unit we have is only one, so we need more units. I also have a kind request. Loiro has a high workload in terms of delivery. Every week, Loiro is giving us 100 babies. But when we go to Loiro maternity, we only have 11 beds. Even for nurses to move around to take observation and to do some intervention, there is no space. We are requesting if you can build for us a reproductive health unit in Loiro Hospital. Your Excellence, we are committed to supervising our nurses. And we said we came from practicing in the wards. We are used to night duty. We are used to weekend covering. And we sat down with my directors and the unit managers in the department, and we said, why don't we continue with the weekend coverage? But we have a challenge. We have no vehicle in the Directorate of Nursing, and we kindly request if you can give us a vehicle in the Directorate of Nursing, so that we will work over the weekend. We are willing to sacrifice our time even the weekend. And we are not requesting for an extra off. It's 2 team will be going every weekend. How we wish you provide us with a vehicle. Again, we are requesting for county customized scrubs for the special unit. The ICU, the Lino, they cannot work with the uniform that we put on because these are special units. And instead of having so many colors all over, of course, you know, we have changed that we are in nurses' uniform. But this nurses' uniform cannot go to the scrubs. It cannot go to the special unit in theater. So if we come up with one scrub for special units, for all the doctors and also the nurses and people who are working in those units, we will really appreciate. And this is a scrub which have the rocks of the county. So and also Fridays. Fridays we are allowed, even by the government, to put on African. We also request that we can come up with an African attire for Fridays. Our nurses, we know you did promotion some times back. There are those nurses who are promoted, and there are those nurses who missed the promotion. We are requesting for promotion and redesignation for those nurses who have gone to school, so that they can get to start now progressing in the new designated position. So kindly, and as we have said, let us not wait until they are released, but if they are able to create during their 4 days, please, once they bring certificate, how we wish it can be recognized. We are also requesting for competitive leadership. These nurses are ready to take any position. Given a chance, they can take any form of management and try them. They are willing to do that. As Mwega had said, we have a challenge with our nurse managers. Some of our nurse managers, they are very good in leadership, but they are very far in terms of job group. You find that you have a nurse manager who is in job group J because he's a performer, and she's able to do that. How I wish we can consider our nurse managers to a to a higher job group, so that they're able to perform with the leadership and even their courage. So encourage, and again, when they say something, they will be heard. Sometimes wanasema kitu anaambiwa, wewe sasa na nikienda nyumbani naenda na mshahara kubwa kukuliko. But they are very good nurses and they are willing to serve. support nurses to attend conferences. I can say thank you, because from the time I came, I'm 1.5 years old. I've seen you support us to go for conferences. And even today, nurses, he has signed a request of 33 nurses. A group will be going tonight to Busia. And the other group will be going next week to Migori. We may not all go, of course, you know that, but the group which goes this time, of course,